Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR Halacha. And here's a brand new halacha for you, and it's for Thursday, 20th day of February, 25th day of Shvat. We're giving you a few more laws about waiting 6 hours after you've eaten meat. If you're in the middle of those 6 hours, because you've eaten meat, so you should not eat near another person who is eating dairy. The reasoning is simple. He's eating dairy. You're eating right next to him. That cheese blintz that he's eating looks delicious, and you might just inadvertently take a bite of it, ask him for a piece or whatever. He might forget, you might both forget. So you should not eat near a person who's eating dairy along with you. If you're waiting 6 hours and you want to prepare dairy food, just be in the kitchen and help prepare. That's okay, because we don't feel that while you're preparing food, you're for sure going to likely put food in your mouth. So you could go ahead and prepare. But same exact situation, but you're a person who prepares and you know that your habit is that you taste a lot the food that you're preparing, then no, then you cannot be preparing dairy food during the 6 hours that you're waiting after meat. Okay, next one. If you ate meat and you're waiting those 6 hours again, could you smell dairy food? And the answer is yes, because we don't believe smelling the dairy food is going to make you eat the dairy food. Okay, next case. Let's say you're waiting 6 hours, you ate meat. Could you eat par food that was cooked in a dairy pot? Even if it's a ben yomo, which means dairy food was cooked in it within the last 24 hours. So the answer is yes, you could. It's basically par food. The bit of flavor that it's going to get from the pot is not such a problem. So yes, you could eat par food if it was cooked in a dairy pot. During the 6 hours that you're waiting after meat, let's say you want to eat food cooked in a dairy pot, but it was not cleaned well. Okay, same case as before, but this time that dairy pot was not cleaned well, so there's pieces of, cheese left over in that pot or whatever, then no, you cannot be eating food cooked in that pot. If you're in the 6 hours and you're waiting and you're eating parv, because you're in the middle of waiting after the 6 hours, could you drink from a dairy cup that was cleaned very well? The drink that you're drinking is like water or orange juice or something. It's all parv, but it was in a dairy cup that was cleaned well. The answer is you could have that drink. Now, let's say you were in the middle of waiting 6 hours after you ate meat, and you want to eat a sharp food like onions or radishes or something that were cut with a milk dairy knife. So you should not eat that, because together with the fact that the food is sharp and the fact that knives press pretty hard when they cut things, we feel the taste is going to get in there, and therefore you're not allowed to eat that. Lastly, you should not eat sharp food like onions or radishes that were cooked in a milk pot during the 6 hours that you're waiting. Thanks for logging on. Log on again tomorrow for more. Bye-bye.